This is a toy spot on the DC Universe, Classics Wave 5. This is Figure 1. Today we're going to be looking at Amazo. I don't know many people that really wanted to get an Amazo. Personally, I like Amazo. He is interesting. The idea that he can replicate people's abilities, a little silly on design, but overall not too bad of a figure. Not much in the way of packaging. Standard packaging as DC Universe, the first 12, 13 waves of DC Universe. On the back of the package, the other figures in this wave, we've got Riddler, Eradicator, Black Lightning, Amazo, and Atom. And the very impressive Metallo. Read-up, biography says Amazo is a powerful android capable of absorbing and mimicking the superpowers of the members of the Justice League of America. Absorption cells allow Amazo the ability to duplicate the power of any superhero he encounters, but is only able to use the powers of one superhero at a time. First appearance, Brave and the Bold, number 30, June-July 1960. Therefore, you can justify why he looks perhaps as silly as he does. Real name Amazo. Occupation android. I don't know if that's necessarily an occupation. Oh well. Base of operations mobile. Special abilities intelligence, able to absorb and mimic the powers of superheroes. Or I guess for that matter, supervillains really as well. But that's packaging on the Amazo. Let's get this guy opened up and we will have a look at Amazo. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. And if you are collecting the DC Universe Wave 5 figures, obviously the checklist piece that you're going to receive with Amazo here is the leg of Metallo. So what we'll do is we'll bring in the upper torso, the only piece that we have so far of Metallo, and we'll take the leg. I have to actually stop and say that I'm a bit concerned with how small of a peg they actually have used for these pieces. I don't know if this will make for a fragile collect and connect figure. What we're going to do, oh man, that didn't take very much effort at all to get that in there. But what you essentially have is, so far, a torso and a leg. I don't know, that, hoping it's not going to give me problems, but there you go, 2 pieces done, and that also leaves 2 pieces left to do. So move Metallo out of the way, we'll have ourselves a look at Amazo. Yeah, you know what, he's not for everybody. As you can see, a very obvious cape plug there. They haven't covered it over. Found it wasn't until like the real later waves that they actually took the time and tried to cover these over. Here on Amazo, it's pretty apparent. Granted, if he is an android, you could kind of justify this as maybe that's where his off switch is. Who knows? Amazo, not really much to the figure. I mean, we've got the basic green and dark green, light green, and then the upper chest of Amazo. The bottom coloring, if you looked at it from about this view, reminds me of the top. Is it the top? One of Flash's rogues? Also, you'll notice that Amazo is sporting a Green Lantern ring. Very interesting. Now again, he's not really for everybody. I mean, a lot of people, I think, this is the last figure that you probably will want to pick up from this wave. I mean, as silly as he really is, I think I almost prefer him to be this design versus the very basic gray that he was in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. I just found, yeah, you know what, he was a robot that could mimic abilities, but he was very generic in design. And I guess that was their intention, but I personally was not a fan. In the way of his articulation, Amazo here has the standard ball-jointed head, hindered Not hindered at all really by anything, so you can get lots of movement. These standard ball jointed shoulders, you rotate the bicep, you bend the elbow, rotate the hand. You guys know where this is going to go. You bend the mid-torso, rotate at the waist, you bend the legs out, back and forth, bend the knees, and finally bend the feet. Well, for what he's worth, is he necessarily a figure you need to pick up? Probably not. I mean, granted, I picked up this wave through Big Bad Toy Store. I wasn't even I wasn't even going to attempt to try to get this through Matty Collector. I've completely written off Matty Collector as a place to get toys because, well, I think that's a rant for another day. But I picked this up through Big Bad Toy Store. I picked up the entire set. If you were the same kind of individual that picked up the set all at once, you would have yourself Amazo. Not everyone's cup of tea, but you know, if you want villains for the Justice League of Unlimited or Justice League of America, I think Amazo probably is a good addition to those rogues. Amazo here, basic in design, but I like the figure overall. I'm going to give him a 5. There are a lot worse DC Universe figures out there, I think, than this guy right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a Toy Spot. Today we were looking at the android known as Amazo. And I will see you guys... Whoa! Almost lost it for a second. I will see you guys next time. Later.